Okay, so I'm Sbahle for anyone who might not know me, aside from Fitness Bunny. And I just want to say thank you to Cosmo for making us the cover girls for this month, alongside with Kefi and Ashlyn. It's been very great. It's been such a great achievement, especially for us influencers. So this is also opening doors for you guys. Not at any points did I think I would be a brand, I would be Sbahle, but I've always had a vision. And if you have a vision, you could be standing here sometime this year or next year. So keep pushing. So we're going to talk about knowing your identity. So this goes back to, if I had to cut the story short, where I started off my brand giving attention to it, and I say giving attention to my brand because that was only in 2016. I installed my Instagram in 2015, October, and it was a ghost account. And I didn't know what I was gonna do on Instagram because you find your Kefi boos who, they dress up very nicely. I dress up nicely too, well, not like Kefi boo, but I don't like wasting my outfits and posting them, so I prefer repeating my outfits. But I had a vision of, what? When I start my journey, I want to be someone on Instagram before I can call myself Sbahle and take it away from being a ghost account. I was thinking, so what am I gonna do differently? So it just happened at that time when I started my page. I just decided, Sbahle, it's time to stop all the partying and, all these things you do when you're 21 and actually train and try to eat well. Take care of your skin. I had like this hectic breakout, guys, and everyone told me, it's because you're drinking and partying. So, so it also goes back to that, starting my journey and having to follow people like your Mercy Dolly Castro. I don't know who knows her. She's very good looking as well. She's a fitness motivator. Your Ashley Graham, your Mercies, and I just wanted to do what they're doing because I know I used to draw inspiration from them. Go back home. If they're doing a certain workout, I'll do it. And that's where it also started, me hanging on punching bags, doing push-up and sit-ups and punching bags was all because of follow the leader, your Mercies. They're very crazy. I liked it. I tried it out. And it worked for me, So I went from being just a thick girl who used to hate her body, obviously, because we all want to be a size 30, 28, and, look fabulous. So I just decided, let me get an identity, and my identity was to be that girl, the same girl that I saw in those girls who inspired me. I wanted to be that person, but in South Africa. So that was me, the identity I wanted to get. But now it's always the biggest thing of you have an identity, but now why? Why do you want that identity, and how do you maintain it? So that's always the biggest question. My why was because I was already on a personal journey and of bettering myself and building my confidence, taking care of my body. Seeing their pages was an inspiration to me that I wanted to help to motivate everyone else. So that was my identity, that was my why. So when you know why you're doing something, it becomes easier for you to continue, and it becomes very natural as well because I've never had to try. I've never had to have a hashtag. I've never had to post certain pictures or edit. I don't know how to edit. So it's always been very raw for me, and I think most people here, if you are not creative, you would probably be more on my side because you would relate to people who are not as creative as well, because I look at people's pages, damn straight, I would love to be creative, but I'm not that person. So what happens? I just post and I don't edit. But now, people actually love that, and there's people out there who are going to relate to you. So you also have to think when you're sitting here that it's not about the glitz and the glams and the photoshops. Fine, I'm getting there now, but you can start off and be your person. As long as you're consistent, then people will love that about you. Ooh, I'm so nervous. Also, you guys are looking at me like... Okay, so now speaking about social media can be used for a variety of purposes, obviously, whether it's social selling, content marketing, customer support, social media. It gives you the perfect opportunity to reach your target audience. and to build your brand. And we can't argue the fact that it's very instant, gives direct communication, and it reaches a vast audience market. And I say this because as an online coach, and I think most people mistaken me for a personal trainer. I'm not a personal trainer, I'm a motivator, which is nice because I'll also become an online coach. So for me, my money comes from social media. My whole job, I have an office based on social media, because now I have 800 and something thousand followers. There's people, I get 1,000 followers every day. So now imagine from those 1,000 people following me every day, at least I'm gonna get 50 emails. So I need to hire someone now, and that's why I say social media, you can use it however way you want it. You want to sell something, it's there for you to sell. You want people to know you for a certain thing, that's a platform for you to do. So if you have an identity, everyone who comes to your page, I don't post a lot, well, nothing relevant, but everyone who comes to my page will know that Sbahle is a fitness person. Whether you want to get abs or get a bigger booty, or you're a thick girl and you're like, what, Sbahle's body is achievable, because it is, then you're gonna send me an email. So it's been one of those things where social media for me is such a great platform to reach out to people. It's very instant. I talk a lot actually with my followers. I know people say I don't answer emails. Obviously someone's answering the emails, but I'm always there on the DMs. I read the DMs, I follow people, it's always a nice ongoing thing. So now going back also on, you've got an identity now, you understand what social media is, but there's also different platforms. Like I know for me, I'm very big on Instagram. So I'm not big on Twitter because, I don't even know how to write a caption, or on Facebook. But also, you need to understand what is your strength and what does your business or your personality, your identity need to grow. For me, it's very visual because you need to see. I can't tell you, oh, guys, I did abs, so many reps and this and that, and you won't get that. But I need to show you. Everything for me is very visual. I need to show you at the end of the day, these are my body goals. I got this, or I'm doing this, or I'm dressed this way. So some people, you might not even, because I know there's people who are very big on Twitter, but not big on Instagram because they're good with words. So if you're good with words, then that's perfect. I just use Twitter and Facebook to direct people back to my main page, which is Instagram. So it goes back to identifying what really works for you, because you can't be everywhere. And you don't even have to be on Twitter if you're already doing so well on Instagram. So going back to building your brand, you've got your identity, your social media, you understand it, now you need to build your brand. So there's strategies that you can use, which I used, and they worked very perfectly for me. Choosing the right network. If you are not gaining any traction on some of the social media, which I just said now, that you are active on, it might be not an entirely up to you, well, it's not your fault, but with hundreds of social media apps out there and new ones popping every day, it's tempting to jump into them all. However, social media might not be the right fit for your company. Your job is to find the network that aligns your brand's image and goals. Otherwise, you'll struggle to make progress. So if you're trying to get followers on Twitter when you're not a person who's good with words, then you're going to feel like you're struggling as well. It's not going to boost your confidence. You're not going to get the followers you want. And it goes back to hate, because people are going to start targeting you for not knowing exactly what you want or what you're doing. So when you lack the confidence, people pick it up immediately. Also, it's don't overlook visual branding. So that's very important. Visuals play an important part in social media branding. If each of your profiles look like they're owned by different people, it's going to create a disconnect to your pages. So it's always very important for you to link your pages, whether you like, I like using the color red, black, and white. So you notice that if you go on my Instagram, my Facebook, somehow it has a connection and it's very connected. So that's very important as well, your visual. So you also need to develop your voice. Your brand's personality should be reflected in your social media posts. This means developing a social media voice. This is the way your brand communicates in tweets, Facebook posts, snaps. Finding your voice can take some time, and you'll settle into it eventually, obviously. I was telling Holly this the other time. whenever I do a photo shoot, which is why I don't do photo shoots, you spend so much money doing photo shoots, you edit, it looks beautiful, right? And then people won't like it as much. And I've done this because I've posted a bikini picture of me, nicely edited, and I've posted one which wasn't edited. Still look nice, but now the edited picture, people will like it. I'll get, okay, like 3,000, 4,000 likes. The unedited picture, it will get close to 30,000 likes. So now you look back and you understand your followers as well. People want to see the real you. You know, they're not there to see the magazine picture or how good you look like when you edit it. Because when I'm at home, especially as a fitness motivator, you're at home and you are relating yourself to me, not the edited picture. So I always find, for me, that has worked very well to just be honest to your consumers and put it out there and be raw. Also, being consistent with your topics, posting regularly. I post every day because I say it again, I wake up every day with 1,000 followers extra. So if I'm sitting on 835 today, tomorrow is going to be 836, 37. So I already know by June how many followers I'd have. But now it's all done because I post every day. You know, and by posting every day, there's always going to be someone on Explore who's going to like that thing and going to say, oh, that's a nice picture, relates, come follow you. So if you are trying to build your page, I know, especially people are very creative, they'll always, because you don't get time to go every day, do a photo shoot, edit, so they don't post every day, which is why some people, they have a great profile with less followers. So if you're trying to grow followers, and I know this because I've grown my followers, and it was, for me, a strategy which worked and is still working right now. Posting every day, being relevant, still being part of who I am, who Sbahle is, because I am my brand. So if I had to post someone else or post something that doesn't relate to me, then people have realized they're not interested. And then connecting with your influencers is very important. Especially when you're starting your page, it gets very messy at my stage now because, you know, people will comment and you can't really get to everyone. That's why I have an email. But when you're starting off, it's always better for you to comment. Talk to everyone. I used to talk to everyone. I loved it. You know, it's unfortunate I can't do it now because you get like 200 comments and you don't have the time in the day, you know. But if you are starting off, it's always nice for you. Comment, be interactive, engage with everyone. If someone likes your page or says, Sbahle, I love you too. You don't know the person, but they love you, and I can only imagine how they feel when I say I love you too. Even if you do have the followers, you know, it's easier now, but I know I was struggling. I had the followers, I was sitting on 100K followers, and I was approaching these brands, and everyone is saying, okay, we see you have the followers, people love you, but you know, not everyone understands what social media is and what influencers are. So I was still struggling, but I said to myself, instead of me always trying to knock to people's doors and sending emails, how about I actually do something that's going to take my name to the next level? Let me make a noise. So I started doing boot camps in Durban. As a fitness person, I got out there. It wasn't for money. It was just purely for my brand. And my boot camps started small, went up to 100 numbers. Next thing, Top Billing was calling me. Zanti Insider, you know, I had interviews. Super Sport was calling me to come through to ask, who are you? Because they could tell Sbahle has something going on. She's very consistent. People love her, but who are you and why you are doing this? So it goes back to that question again where I said, your identity is important, why you're doing it, and how you're going to do it. So this is how I'm doing it now. So now, going into haters. I don't know who follows me here. So you guys would have seen my post. I've been hacked. You know, I started the one where I'm being hacked. So I got hacked from 2016. The moment I started, you know, being on not social media, on TV, radios, I just had a fan who loved me so much, was an IT specialist, and decided to hack me. You know, we talk. Don't ask me how. We talk. She decided to hack me, had all my pictures, got on my iCloud. She took my Instagram page, she took my Facebook page, and I was frustrated because for me, it's not just, I can always build a page. You know, I actually enjoy building pages. But it's not about that because for us, this is our jobs. Me having my Facebook, me having my Instagram and Twitter connected is money for me. You also get people on your Instagram who will hack, oh, not hack you, who will comment. Like for me as a trainer who's always obviously posting about body image, people will say to me, and I get this a lot, where they say, Sbahle, you're actually not fit. You know, you're not fit. You might have a nice body, but you're actually fat. You know, you have a nice body, and I have a nice body, you know, I can't argue that. I'm a bit and I'm a big girl, I wear size 36 to 38. So if you're sitting now at 36 to 38 and you're thinking, actually I'm 34 and I look nothing like Sbahle. I've worked for my body. I train so hard because I realized I can't be a size 30. I've gotten there, you know, through diet pills and starving myself, everything you don't want to do. But I realized I didn't like it. I didn't like how I look at that time. So now here I am. I'm looking great. I feel great. And then you're going to find someone who's going to tell you, you are fat. And just because you have a 6-pack, 4-pack showing there on that angle doesn't make you a fit person. And they'll bash you and they say you have cellulite. Obviously, having hips and a bum will come with some sort of cellulite. It's called, you know, healthy fat, I guess. But you'll find people, now I can laugh about it and be like, whatever. But when I first started, you know, it used to hurt. You know, when you argue with someone, it's not about you arguing with them or you actually having this great comeback, but everyone is going to want to know who is arguing with Sbahle. You must just always remember it's someone behind the keyboard who is not you, who wishes they were you, who's just there to rush you and irritate you and make you as angry as they are in their life. So I think with the haters, we all know here how to deal with haters. Block and go, never reply, because when you reply again, I don't remember who said this, especially when you're working with brands, it becomes an issue because one reply to one person, you know, can become a huge thing where a brand is like, no, but she responded to this in this manner, so we can't work with her because someone else can say, yeah, but in quotes, Sbahle once said this. So whatever you do, no matter who comments and says what, always leave it. Delete, block, and go, because it's always going to catch up to you. And it has happened to so many, I know, celebrities who have lost deals or they don't get anyone coming to them because of how they put themselves out there or how they reply to hating. So knowing how you're going to do something, having your own personal touch, following a strategy, having your own voice, and that's just about it.